welcome to PYP Boxing. We have a very special guest, Ramon Cardenas from San Antonio, Texas. How you doing, Ramon?
Good, my brother. Thank you for having me, man.
11 wins in a row, four knockouts on the way. Tell
hmm
us about that. That's a big journey.
I mean, just like I always tell people, man, lots of hard work, man. Lots of hard work, a lot of consistency, man. Persistence, and just keep pushing forward, man. Just that's all it is pushing forward.
Ramon, 11 in a row since that setback. You had a setback in Monterrey years back in
Yeah.
2017. Since then, you've had such success. Last month, you had a big one. You had a big one against your opponent, Rafael. His last name was Pedraza, right?
Pedrosa.
Uh,
Yeah.
you had a big one. Talk to us about it, man. That was a great left hook.
I mean, I knew that this guy, like I said it, and I wasn't shy to say it, man. He had a padded record. The guy, I knew that his record wasn't. His record was undefeated. He was 15-0, 11 KOs, man. But he had never fought anybody like me. Uh, that's why I was very confident going in, and so they were talking about, oh, his height. His height is gonna be a problem for Ramon. His jab, but I fought people who've been who taller than him, and I fought better competition, man. So I knew that I knew I was gonna I knew I was gonna win. How I was gonna win, I wasn't sure, but I knew I was gonna win, and I mean, you saw what happened that day, man.
Yeah, congratulations on that. We were talking earlier, and I said, man, Ramon is a shot like that puts Dinamita right back in the mix. I believe you got big things coming. That was on ShoBox. You were a
Yeah.
large underdog, and your record looks brilliant. Just despite that little hiccup, I see
hmm
big things coming up, man. What happened? Did any doors open up?
Yeah, opportunities, they arose, man. Like anything. Should be fighting again in January. The Something bigger. I'm not honestly 100% sure, man. My manager is the one who kind of deals with all that stuff. He just tells me, "Hey, you're gonna fight so and so date." I'm like, "Okay." I don't like I told, everybody, I think at this point in my career, man, it's not about picking and choosing who you want to fight. It's just about, if everything makes sense, then let's do it.
Right. Boxing on ShoBox. That's a big stage there. How'd you feel fighting on a big stage like that?
Um I think I was ready. I think I've had quite a lot of fights and stuff like that to kind of prepare me for that moment. Because it was a big moment, man. It was like, I never, at first I kind of didn't really understand how big the moment was until after the fight, until I kid you not, man. After my win, I had my phone on do not disturb,
Uh
and I took
huh.
my phone off do not disturb, and bro, just like, boom, like a lot of notifications on Instagram, on Twitter, on text and calls, and I was like, man, what? Like I said, I didn't understand the magnitude of the fight until I kind of just checked my phone and stuff, and then the next day I went from like 2,100 followers, or like, yeah, about 2,100 to like 2,800 in a matter
Right.
of 24 hours, bro. I had gained 700 followers. My my social media got verified. It was a little things, but it was just crazy how much, like,
Yeah.
one day or one night can kind of change your whole uh um just everything. It was crazy, man.
It was a beautiful night, man. That was a great shot. And like I said, it's probably opening up a hell of a lot of doors for
Yeah.
you. It's a good thing for San Antonio, man. Tell us about yourself. We know about the big shot everybody saw. A lot of boxing heads already know who you are, just like me. I reached out to you. I'm sure other YouTube channels have been reaching
Yeah.
out to you. But to the people who don't know you, who are you're from San Antonio, Texas. We know you're a Tejano. I'm a Tejano. We're all pulling for you. Talk to us, man. Where did it start?
So I started competing in 2008, man. My dad had took us to a gym. He actually took my older brother first. And it's one of those big brother little brother thing where my brother was doing it, so I kind of followed him. And at first, man, I didn't really like boxing, to be honest, because I was playing soccer at the time, and I was pretty good at soccer. And I had got invited to go play. Believe it or not, man, on the youth 15 team for the United States. I had got
Wow.
invited to go. I got invited to go play over there because at the time I was playing select soccer, and when you go to state tournaments, scouts are there and stuff like that. So they scouted me from there, and they sent a letter to my house. And at the time, that was 2009. I had my boxing record was like 1-4, 1-5. Like it was very bad. 1-4 was some about right there. And I was like, man, I don't really like, like in soccer I'm winning, and in boxing I'm losing. So I'm like, man, I don't really want to do that. So then my boxing coach at the time was like, hey, look, I promise you, like if you just work hard, man, you're gonna win this tournament. It was a ringside national tournament. And I
Hmm.
was like, I was like, okay. I told my dad this, I told my dad, look, my coach said if I work hard in boxing, I could do something. I could win this tournament. So then my dad was like, well, it's up to you. Whatever, do whatever you want. So then I told my dad, look, if I win this tournament, I'll keep boxing. But if I lose, then I'll just go, play soccer. I'll go to the camp, and I'll go, do all that soccer stuff. I ended up winning. I won my first national tournament that year, and I still have my belt to this day. It's over there. But after that, I just stuck to boxing because I was like, okay, I'm actually pretty good at this, and I'm like, so then after that, after that, I literally had won, like, I won a bunch in a row, man. Where I just that's when I took off.
Right. Do you think the soccer, the footwork with the soccer and all helped you get
Yeah.
an advantage over the other kids in boxing? Because,
Uh,
the kids in boxing start at 6 and they have an advantage. I'm thinking you were a major soccer player. You have a hell of a footwork advantage over them.
Yeah, well, what was the thing about me, and it was always a big thing with me, was I was always very fast. So I was always able to kind of, like, when we did sprints or did, running, or we did any type of drills that way, I was always able to beat everybody. And that's how the coach I had at the time, my amateur coach had, that's how he really started paying attention to me, because he noticed that me and my brother were super fast,
Mhm.
and he noticed that we kind of caught on to things quicker than most. And
Right.
so when we did, like when he would tell us, hey, y'all gonna work out with the boxers, we used to beat all of them in races. They could not beat us. My age group could not beat us. My brother's age group could not beat them. So the coach was like, man, what the hell? These kids are freaking fast. Like, how the hell, like, and then, so we told him, hey, I play soccer, and my brother at the time was playing soccer as well, but he
Okay.
was sticking more to boxing. And so, um, after that, he kind of like really put attention to us, because he was like, man, these kids are like natural athletes. They could possibly do something when it comes to boxing. And we both hit, me and my brother both hit kind of hard. He used to tell us, like, yeah, these kids hit fucking hard. And so after that, he's like, you got athleticism and you have the power. So he's like, now you got to put those two together. And that's when everything kind of just took off after that.
Awesome, man. Is your brother still boxing?
No, my brother now, he's a firefighter for the San Antonio Fire Department.
That's really good, man. He's
Yeah, man. So he did
that's
that. That's the route he took.
awesome.
So
Yeah, man, that's awesome. They're in San Antonio, and born and raised in San Antonio.
yeah, correct. Yeah, born and raised.
Really? Okay. Now you're 27 years old. You're a 122 pounder. Um, you're getting there to where the body starts getting bigger. Is the
Yeah.
plan to stay at 122 until we get a strap? Are we gonna move up? What's the plan?
Uh, I honestly don't know, man. If if an opportunity arises at 22 or 118, that would be the plan, man. I feel more comfortable at 22 than anything. But like I told you, if there's a opportunity that comes upon and says, hey, man, at 118, that you want to fight for the title, you want to do this, then I'd be willing to go down. Even if a title opens up at 26 and they tell me, hey, you want to fight for a title at 26, then I'd be willing to go up. So it all depends, man.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel
You feel
comfortable at
comfortable
22,
at
but
126? You think you feel comfortable at 126?
um, yeah, because I don't got to lose that much weight. You
Right.
know, so yeah, I
At
mean,
27, you can still make two. Well, your fight before Pedraza was at 218, correct?
My fight before, no, it was at 130.
Oh, it was it
My
at 130
my
against
fight versus Michelle Banquez. My fight
Yeah,
versus that was
that
at
was
118.
two fights prior to the Perosa fight. So you
Yeah.
went from 117 up to 127 and back down to 122. What was that like? Any nutrition problems or
No,
anything
no, man.
happen?
Originally I was supposed to fight on a DAZN card, on a Golden Boy card, and the
Right.
opponent had pulled out because of an eye injury. So then my manager was like, "Hey, like we need to get Ramon a fight." So then my manager was like, "Hey, well then get Ramon a fight." So then we got on a card here in San Antonio, very late minute, last minute thing, and then we got an opponent. The opponent said, "Hey, I can make 130." So I said,
Okay.
"Okay, cool, like no problem." Like I was already at 126 at the time, 27. The weight I was at, I was already there. So I was like, "Man, it's all good. Like
It was more of
just
a stay busy fight.
yeah, exactly." So it wasn't really a big deal.
Okay. So what's next? Do you have a fight coming up? Anything you want to tell us coming up?
I don't have nothing solidified, man. Honestly, I know that in January I should be back. Yeah.
118, 122. Who are you looking at? Is there anybody in particular you want or anybody you'd like to call out or anything like that?
Uh, nah, man. Like I don't. At this point, I don't really care.
You're past that.
Uh,
You're a veteran.
uh, um, I'm already ready, man. I already either anybody at the whatever weight class 18, 22. I'm already ready. I'm not here to pick and choose who. I know like during after the fight, I was calling people out, but it was like the heat of the moment type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't really care who, man. Honestly, any champion, bro. Any of them.
Where's
Uh,
the gym that you train at there in San Antonio?
I train at Chatos Boxing. Right here in the like it's like the east side of San Antonio.
Have you been there?
Huh?
How long have you been there?
Uh, for about since my fight with Michelle Banquez,
Okay, okay. And your
I've known the
trainer
guy for a
is
while.
okay. Your trainer is who?
Some guy named Jose Martinez.
Jose Martinez.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's doing a hell of a job with you, man. That last knockout was good. I mean, a lot of people thought that that was a lucky shot. I was hearing that on YouTube. I mean, if you know anything about boxing and you really see it, that was pretty much a set up left hook, wasn't it?
Yeah, bro. It was crazy, man. I knew, like I said, it was just weird,
You were
man.
like
Like
a
I hear,
second ahead of him in thinking is what it was. I'm thinking.
yeah. Like I said, man. I knew I was better than the guy, like all the way around. I knew I was better than him. There was no way the guy was better than me whatsoever. So I knew I just had to prove that. And like you said, I was always a second ahead of him. I feel like I was like two, 3 steps ahead of the guy.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Yeah.
was two, 3 steps ahead of him.
Some people will say lucky punch or something like that. Those are, fans that don't really pay attention to it. They really don't know all the work that went into that one
Yeah,
little right there that set everybody on fire.
yeah,
That was
bro.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it
right.
set everybody on fire. I mean, you said you got that Instagram going nuts, huh?
Yeah, bro. It was crazy. I got like 500,000 views on the Showtime Instagram. I
Yeah,
had like 500,000 views. That was pretty cool, man. And that's what I'm telling you, man. Like I got a lot of followers that day.
yeah, that's
So
awesome,
it
man.
was really cool, man. It was a really good it was a really good experience, and now I don't like to ever try to keep living off of one achievement or an experience. I kind of like to always, okay, we
Yeah.
got that past, we're past that now, on to the next, so
You
I'm
know, San Antonio recently has been doing big things. Your knockout uh, last month, Mario Barrios
mhm.
Saturday, Bam Rodriguez is doing his thing. How do you feel about that San Antonio area and boxing and coming up?
Man, bro, I mean, if you ask, those guys, man, we've always been around, bro. Like we've always been around. San Antonio's always had talent, always. Like,
Right.
um, you know, sadly, man, I won't say no names. But we've had a bad reputation from the '90s and '80s, where the boxers were just not being professional. They
Yeah,
were
I know what you're talking about.
their outside life. So then nobody wanted to come to San Antonio. Everybody was like, oh well, people from San Antonio are crazy, so we want nothing to do with San Antonio. And then so
Wow.
that was the big thing. I feel like, me personally, I'm not gonna I can't say that that's exactly what it is, man, but I feel like that's a lot of it, where it's like I could say, oh, the RGV, man, Rio Grande Valley is known for this and that. I'm gonna stay out of it, even though they have talent. No, no, I'm good. So
Yeah.
that's what San Antonio, that's what we were going through. We were going through a phase of nobody wanted to deal with people from San Antonio because they thought everybody was the same. They thought, oh, no, they're just crazy. So,
Yeah.
um, but then you had my generation where we came in the game and we started like, winning titles and becoming, like, let's say, like good, stars, or good fighters. Then people are like, oh snap, San Antonio actually is not that bad anymore, and they have good fighters. So let's pay attention to them again.
Yeah, yeah. Good classy fighters like that.
Exactly. So I feel like that's what's going on right now, man. Where San Antonio's always been, talented, bro. Even the people after me, man. The new kids coming up who are 5-0, 1-0, 2-0. Those kids, a lot of kids have talent here in San Antonio, and so now it's just, we were able to help clean up the image of San Antonio and put a better
Yeah.
image out there. I feel like, again, it's just my opinion, man. People can think otherwise, but I feel like
Yeah.
that's,
San Antonio is doing good. We got Ramon, Dinamita out there. We got Bam out there. Definitely Mario Barrios. The
yeah,
whole state
Josh, even
is doing.
Josh, man.
Who
You
else?
know, Joshua Franco.
Yeah, Franco. Yeah, him as
Yeah, you
well. The
got
whole
him,
team's
man.
doing good. You got Virgil Hunt. You got Virgil Ortiz up there.
No, he's in Dallas.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the whole state is doing pretty
Oh yeah,
good
the
right
whole
now.
state. Yeah, you have
San
Brandon
Antonio's
Figueroa
got
back,
all of you guys.
RGV.
San Antonio's got you guys. You got Shake Foster and Regis and all those guys and the
Yeah, bro.
Charlies in Houston doing things. Dallas has got Ortiz going and Spence. I mean, Texas, I feel with you guys, because you're 27, Spence, all you guys that kind of came up about who are 27, about 31 right now, along with Virgil, who's a little bit younger than you
Yeah,
guys in Texas
yeah.
are really bringing it back. Me and my friend were doing a podcast with another LA show uh, recently, and the people in the comments in LA were throwing shade at me and my partner, saying, "Well, if Houston and Texas has such good boxers, why are they always over here looking for training, looking for sparring in LA?" What do you got to say to that?
It's because it's different, man. It's different because I think, and it works like this. People can say all the time, "Oh well, people come to LA, yeah, because LA is known for boxing." But doesn't mean we're gonna. And it's just as simple as this. Just because we go to LA for a camp, or we go to California for a training camp, doesn't mean there's no, doesn't mean we won't go over there and fuck up a few guys from over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those. Um, and plus they do give, like, the work is there, so why not? How does that, And again, I mean, this is just like, I mean, it is what it is, man. I can name more champions from Texas than I can in California.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, absolutely true.
So at this point, it's like it don't really matter, man. I mean, over there,
Did you
when
feel
people,
that over there? Did you feel some of that over there, like a little bit of arrogance from LA boxers thinking Texas guys just can't, you know?
um, no, I mean, not. I mean, I just think it's the competitive nature of a fighter, man.
No. Hey, yeah, yeah, the competitive. Hey, we're from here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a gang, not like a gang, but it's like a clique. Like, hey, man, I'm from
Yeah,
Texas, and I fight. They're like, oh yeah, I'm from
exactly.
California, and I fight, bro. Like, you got to
I
get
hear
out of
you.
here. I think
Hey,
that's
we're
more what it
Tejanos
is.
and we're Tejanos and we stick together, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
and you,
I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a lot of raza from Texas this weekend pulling for Charlo in Vegas.
yeah, man.
Right?
That's the thing, bro. Is like Texas and boxing, man, and you said it, bro. We have so much talent. Not even just from San Antonio. You got the RGV, you have San Antonio, you have Dallas, you have Houston. You have so much talent right now that, uh, um, like I told you, bro. Like I feel like off the top of my head, I can name a bunch of champions from Texas than I
Yeah,
can name in California. And I think it's like that, man, because there's gonna be times where California is gonna be higher than Texas, and Texas is gonna be higher than California, and that's how it's gonna be.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's like I said, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think it's more the competitive nature of the whole sport.
yeah. Did you catch the fight this weekend?
Yeah, the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Did you see Mario Barrios' performance?
Yeah, of course, man. Dude, beautiful. I mean, he did beautiful, man. He did exactly everything he needed to do, man. He made the fight easy, bro. I knew, and I had a buddy who was betting, and he was like, "Hey, man, should I bet on Mario?" I said, "Yeah, bro. Like, hell yeah." He's like, "Knockout or," and I was like, "Bro, just bet on Mario, bro. Like, I don't care how much you're gonna bet. Just bet. How he's gonna win, I don't know. No one can tell, but I knew he was gonna win because he did look very focused, man. He looked good, and I think at 47, um, that's his weight class. We're already grown men, dude. So we know we can't be going and trying to push our body to make like he was pushing his body to make 40, and I don't think that was good for him. But he's in a weight class now that he's gonna be comfortable at, and I think that's his weight class, man. That's gonna be that's his normal weight that he can make and be healthy with, and I feel like he'll do a good job there.
Oye, Dinamita, you know a little bit more about this than we do. I'm amazed at how Mario Barrios went from the 120s to 135, went to 140. Now he fought at 147. How was he able to do that in such a small amount of time? I mean, it was less than a 3 year span that he did that.
I mean, your body just grows, man. I mean, even in the amateurs, he was always a big, tall guy. So in the amateurs, he was always very tall, and
Uh-huh.
so him growing, it's just your weight. I mean, it's just your height, man, and your weight, your body. When you're a kid, and I've seen it firsthand, man, where parents, the kids are 5'11", 5'8", 5'9" at 14 years old, and they want their kids to be fighting at 114 pounds,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
starving their kid just to make 114, and it's like, come on, bro, like, uh, um, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, that's not healthy for a kid, first of all, and so you kind of have to let them grow. And
right.
with Mario, I'm not trying to say that was Mario's situation. I don't know his situation, but I knew that eventually he was gonna grow, and when he gets that grown that man body, he was gonna stretch out and actually fill in. So he finally filled in, man. So it was like I told you, like he just basically just filled in his weight class. That was all it is.
Yeah, well, Chinga Dinamita, we really appreciate your time. You're definitely a friend of the show. We'd like to check in with you here and there. We do a weekly show. We'd like to check in with you and talk to you every now and then,
Of
if that's
course, man. Of
okay.
course.
Listen, you're a Tejano. We're Tejanos. We're supporting you all the way. I'd like you to meet David. Next time you'll meet David. We're proud of everything that you're doing. It's a little movement going on here in Texas. You guys started it. Dinamita, you got Mario Barrios, Virgil. You got Shake Foster over in Houston,
Yeah, you
Texas.
got
You're doing
Bams.
pretty big things. You're a part of it. We appreciate you. We thank you as Tejanos.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you,
Tell the
brother.
people where they can find you. Your IG's blowing up anyway. You don't need our
Yeah.
little followers, man. But let them know where they can find you, man.
Now you can find me on social media on really any social media, Dinamita Cardenas. That's what is that? Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, just Dinamita Cardenas on all platforms.
Dinamita Cardenas, everybody from San Antonio, Texas. Thank you very much. If you got any
Appreciate you, man.
questions for Dinamita, please leave a comment. Give me that 3 punch combo. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you guys very much, PYP Boxing. Yeah,